Hey guys, Game Dog here. Welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. So today we're in part 2, and we're gonna start out. We're gonna start a little ways into our first world now. So anyway, whenever we strike a door, we need a certain card or a certain kind of card to open it. In this case, we need a card of a number that's 1 or higher. Thankfully, we do have those. So we have this one right now. Now the card we're actually using is a card called Moments of Free. This will spawn a room in which there'll be a save point in it. Pretty much every single kind of like door card you can put into a room, it'll like randomly generate a room from that card, though they have certain criteria. So anyway, that little swirling thing right there is a save crystal. This is not important to you guys, considering that I'm the one playing the game. We're gonna save in file 1. Huzzah! You can also quick save on the field if you ever want to shut the game off without like going to one first. So we can also hit objects while on the field as well. Let's hit this barrel. Huzzah, and we get a card for that. Kingdom Key 2. And, wow, nice pose. And now we actually get into normal battle. Now, enemies are going to spawn around the world and start walking around. And you don't actually fight them on your overworld. You strike them with your Keyblade, then you go into this fighting area. So here's our first enemy, Shadows. Shadows are really weak. They have really weak cards. They have like 1 or 2, and I think I've seen them use 3 sometimes. They have an attack where they just like jump into you, another where they like crawl into the ground. That's not really an attack, that's just stalling. So anyway, let's see, the store needs a 2, so we're gonna use this Tranquil Darkness. Tranquil Darkness will make it so it'll spawn a room that's medium size, but it'll have few Heartless actually walking around. As you can see, we have those enemies right there, these flying ones. No matter what kind of enemy you hit, it'll just randomly generate an encounter for you. And we get a cure card. I was a bit late on that. Okay, so here's a new enemy, the Red Nocturne. And there he goes. You'll see him later. What the Red Nocturne does is, the Red Nocturne uses fire magic. That's pretty much all you need to know. It's very weak to blizzard magic, and it recovers health if you use fire magic on it. Apparently you can't fight fire with fire in this game. Now, as for random encounters and what I'm going to be showing on screen, I think I kind of decided I'm either... Oh, here's a new enemy, too. The Soldier. They have, like, this Cyclone attack where they, like, spin around into you. And that's pretty much it. They're slightly harder than Shadows, though that's not really saying much. And we also get a level up. Level ups are kind of interesting. Unlike in most games where it's just like passive what things level up, you can actually choose what bonus you get. You can either increase your health, your CP, which increases how much cards you can hold, or you can get a new Sleight. And now here's the deck building system. Now I'm not going to explain. Now what I'm actually doing right now is I'm making the deck more my style. Now I just made my. I'll explain this in another fight. Just keep in mind that I'm just doing this for convenience, and that Notice that the CP is higher than the CB I can use, so I can't add that right now. I can add that though. We're gonna put that right on the end because I really don't need it anywhere else. Huzzah! So there we have deck 1. Now I'm gonna try and keep on-screen battling to a minimum. Though for new enemies and new worlds, I am gonna show them off. So anyway, yeah. So what do you guys think of this game so far? It really gets picked up. I mean, some of you might be going, hey, where are the Disney worlds? Well, that actually gets into play later. To be honest, Kingdom Hearts has this thing where it's more so makes its own story than focuses on Disney, or at least, like, this game onwards. And there's a slight we got, Sliding Dash. If you stock up 3 cards that have a value of 10 to 15 that are, like, the same kind of Keyblade, you can do Sliding Dash. And we're gonna get into what slights are later. I'm just gonna say it's an ability I can use for now, and you're gonna see me use it. See, I really like Sliding Dash. It's a really great starter ability. And there's Goofy right there, actually being useful in this game. For the record, I'm not gonna fight every Heartless I see. Oh, there's this Fireball attack. Red Nocturnes are actually really weak in this world too. Oh. Ow. That's like the only attack I'll ever take from one. Okay, so we just leveled up again. Wow, that's the one problem with Sliding Dash. I often find that it's kind of iffy with its hitbox. Wait till we get an attack later that pretty much eliminates that altogether. So we're gonna get a bonus A, a bonus B, which will increase our CP. Basically, any kind of card you can use in this game has a CP value, as you can see under the card. And what the CP values do is they, well, every card, depending on like how powerful it is, has a different CP value, and you can only have a certain amount of value in a certain deck at once, which is like your big card. And now we're gonna insert the Meeting Grounds card into this one. You know those like green friend cards we've been getting every now and then? Well, in a Meeting Ground area, one of those green cards will start bouncing around and spawning right away as soon as you enter the area. Now that's how you use Sliding Dash. Sliding Dash is a really good starter ability. You know, in later games it becomes a separate command on its own, and at that point I find it really situational. Like, I don't know. Especially in Dream Drop Distance, they really felt the need to overpower it. Oh, by the way, here's a new enemy, Blue Nocturne. Pretty much think like an ice equivalent of the red. Well, no, yeah, Blue Rhapsody. That's its name. It's pretty much a ice version of the Red Recreation. No, Red Recreation. These things have weird names. I think they're called like mini bops. It's just like a color, and then it's just like a color, whatever color they are, and then like a kind of music. Yeah, like in later games they have like Striped Area, Crimson Rock. They're cool enemies, to be honest. Ugh. And I just use Cure there. That heals some of your health. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, Sliding Dash. In later games they make Sliding Dash a separate ability, and in Dream Drop Distance, the newest one, they really felt the need to overpower it. Like, Sliding Dash sends you far. To the point at which I find it more of a nuisance than anything. Thus, I can only find a few spots in the game in which I actually like it. And it's a really situational attack for like closing distance between you and an enemy, or I guess in my case a boss, because that's when I find myself using it the most. I think my favorite incarnation of Sliding Dash though was in 2, and I think in Days, where it was kind of a passive ability, in the sense that if you were far enough away from an enemy, you would just like slide over to them. Some say it may break the game. I don't care. I need a drink of water. Yeah, I'm really glad they explained this right here, how your friends actually come back to life from the cards. You know, with light apparently. Yeah, so like they said before. Oh, right there, that little skip you might have seen. I want to point something out. Some of you guys might have noticed this with my first video of this game, but the frame rate is really smooth. Much smoother than it was in the Golden Sun LP. This is for a reason. I apparently found a way. Well, I found a way to kind of alter the frame skip. Apparently, when I was doing Golden Sun, there's like this option in the in the emulator I was using to like have the frame skip go to 2, which means you'll like skip every 2 frames. It's used to make the game run a little bit smoother on your computer, and it's kind of custom made for your computers, so you can very much customize however you want. I decided to experiment around with this one day, and I found that if you set the frame skip to 0, it doesn't skip any frames, as you can probably expect. And what this basically is perfect frame rate. So pretty much what you're seeing now is, well, aside from like YouTube compression, what the game looks like on a Game Boy Advance. And I should know, I own this game on a Game Boy Advance. And it's really fun on a Game Boy Advance when you're not at the mercy of the keyboard. Yes, we're not at the mercy of the cards here, we're at the mercy of the keyboard. Although, this kind of leads to a downside. My computer has some overheating issues. Like, I can't play Terraria for more than 45 minutes. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know why. I've tried everything. I have, like, bottle caps on the bottom of my computer to elevate it and help the computer breathe better through its fan, but, it still overheats from time to time. So, basically what I'm doing is I'm, like, cutting these into 7-minute chunks. Pretty much making a 14-minute video in the long run, which is what I like to aim for. So anyway, these two right here. Traverse Town is kind of an area where people go when their worlds disappear. Like in the first game, Pinocchio's world was kind of like this. His world disappeared entirely, so him and Geppetto refuged here. And this happened for like Merlin from Sword in the Stone and a few other characters too. I think like the Bippity Boppity Boo witch from Cinderella. I don't know, Fairy Godmother, that was her name. And, well, Square apparently found this as an interesting way to fit in some cameos. These two characters right here are from Final Fantasy games, other games made by Square Enix, actually more popular games made by Square Enix. Now, I'm not that big of a Final Fantasy fan. I've only really played 4 and seen a playthrough of 6. So, please excuse me if I'm wrong on this, but Leon, who was actually named Squall in his original game, he had like a name change. This guy with the leather biker jacket. I think he's from 8. That girl you saw was Yuffie. I think she's from 8 as well. And they were mentioning a character named Aerith, who's from 7. So they got some interesting Final Fantasy cameos. And now Leon, honestly, some people hate the name Leon. Other people really like to call him Squall. I really don't care because I haven't played the game he's from. So anyway, we have these cards here. Well, now he's going to explain to us the value of the cards. And well, he's using a bunch of 9 cards. And 9 is higher than like 0 or 2 or any of the cards I'm using, so they're going to be card broken. Card broken is a pretty deep system. Using, yeah. Card breaking is a pretty deep system. Pretty much whenever an enemy uses like a 1 or 2 card, if you use a card that's higher than that, you can break their card and pretty much break through their defenses. But if they do the same thing to you, play a higher card than you do, they break through your defenses and you're left vulnerable. 0 cards are pretty interesting, though. 0 cards can break any card. However, they are easily broken as well. And that's actually why I like to keep a 0 card at the beginning of my deck. That's why I arranged the deck the way I did. I don't know, and when I get more cards later, I'll be able to arrange it more to my liking. Like, I have a very distinct way of playing this game, and this game does not let me do that early on. Okay. Now I was going to explain slights. You can apparently stock 3 cards at once by pressing L and R at the same time. That's what I was doing before in order to activate Sliding Dash. And pretty much, whenever if he'll stop talking, we can, if you press L and R at the same time, you can stock 3 cards, and they're up right next to Sora's mugshot. If you press L and R at the same time after that, you'll activate the 3 cards. And if it's like 3 generic cards that don't have a combo at all, he'll just like execute the 3 attacks really fast. They're more powerful. But you might be saying, well, this is a bit broken. There must be a catch. There is. Now, remember when you run out of cards, you can reload them? Apparently, whenever you do that, if you used any slights during that, like, I don't know, set of cards you have, the first card of that slight is unreloadable. You can't reload until the end of the battle. And that basically means that if you spam slights too much, you're gonna leave yourself very open to attacks, because you're not gonna have as much cards, thus you'll have to spend more time reloading because your deck will run out faster. And you really gotta watch out. And he's giving us a blue card. These are magic cards, remember. This is actually the first of several summon cards we'll get within the game. So yeah, summon cards are really cool. I really like summons, and it gives us the Simba card and the key to guidance, which is like it's plot. Okay, key to plot. The Simba card is kind of cool. We're gonna show it off next time. I need to get rid of some cards here. There we go. So there we go. I think I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Thanks for watching.